I left to go and work. I always come back. People go like, you got out, right? You got out. Make it like I was in the plane, like, go, go, they're coming. Don't let them see me. Go. I love this country. I love South Africa more than anything in the world. It's in my bones. It's in the way I was raised. It's in the languages I speak. And I'll be honest, nothing makes me sadder than the way some people talk about the country. I don't judge them, by the way, because I understand. But, you know, like sometimes people will walk up to me and they think it's going to be like something we'll share. They'll be like, oh, Trevor, South Africa it's terrible. It's the worst country in the world. Huh? Ah, Trevor, this country is rubbish. It's the worst. It's terrible. There's nothing worse than this. I'm like, look, I understand that you're frustrated, but like, be mindful of your words. This is far from the worst country in the world. It's far from it. Right? There's one thing I hope people would realize is when you give up, that's when it truly fails. Right? It is not the worst country in the world. In my opinion, it is a great country that's going through one of the worst periods in its time. There's a difference. You can have a great country going through a bad time. It doesn't mean that it's now a bad country. We've got so many things to hope for. We've got so many things to work for. People, are you kidding me? And then people will come to me, they'll be like, yeah, but Trev, it's easy for you to say, bro, but look at the looting and the riots. Yeah, guys, there's looting and riots in every country around the world. It happens when there's a lack of service delivery. You will see it anywhere. America was burning down at some point. Paris is burning every few weeks. Huh? Every few weeks. Have you seen them? And the French are angry. Petrol bombs everywhere. J'ai trop de l'épaule du croissant dessus. Allez, du roi de la merde. C'est trop de l'effet. Yes, I know they also loot and riot in South Africa, but at least here in South Africa, when they loot, they smile. That way I know it's not personal. They're shaking things up. One of my favorite lootings I ever saw, was on the news. There was this guy who looted a TV. He looted a TV, guys. And it was a short guy, and he was running with the TV, and just like, yeah, yeah. And you could see he was having the best day ever. Yeah. And while he was running with the TV, another guy came who was bigger than him and grabbed the TV. And he was like, And then the big guy took the TV, and then he ran away with it, gone. And this little guy, I've never seen a human have so many emotions in 30 seconds. Yeah. 30 seconds earlier, this guy was in heaven. He was there running with his new TV like, yeah, where's the police? 30 seconds later, he was like, where's the police? I'll take it any day of the week. People be like, yeah, you know, you say that, Trevor, you say that. You say that. Yeah, but what about the crime? What about the crime, Trevor? Huh? Yes, I admit it, the crime is terrible. It's out of control. We have to do something about it. We have to fight against it, you know? But the thing that gives me hope is that it's a problem that has a solution. Economists have shown time and time again around the world that when there's a high rate of crime, it is often tied to a high rate of unemployment. And so if you work to fix that unemployment, you are then solving the problem of crime. They've shown this time and time again. It is not an easy problem to fix, but it is fixable. People are like, oh yeah, but you're in America, bro, you're lucky. You know, you don't even have crime. It's like, okay, first of all, there is crime. And second of all, there's something else that we don't have in South Africa, mass shootings. Yeah, that's the craziest thing ever. Just randomly, you're in a room, in a public space, anywhere. Someone comes in, giant gun, starts shooting. Ga, 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 ga. 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, dead. Why? Nobody knows. Imagine that. Now you're dead. You don't know why. Just getting into heaven. I know they're both terrible, guys, but for me, I'll choose crime, No, because even with crime, at least there's a moment where I know there's hope, where I can be like, okay. But let me take my SIM card and delete my browser history. I'll choose. You know, when you're heading back in South Africa, you're like, I wonder if it's going to feel the same. You know, this is the longest I've been away. Longest. I would come back regularly, see family, do shows, and then there was this long break. And I was like, what's changed? But as soon as you land, you're like, no, guys, we've still got it, man. No, man, we've still got it. This country, from the moment you land in it, you feel like you're in a special place. You feel it. You know where you feel it? You feel it in the airports. South African airports are warmer than any other airport in the world. Every time you land in South African airports, you feel like you're welcomed home. It doesn't matter who you are. Have you been to airports overseas? Doesn't matter which country you go to. It seems like it's a trap. Like they're finding an excuse to kick you out. Where's your papers? Where's this? Where's that? Stand over there. Move. You're not supposed to be here. Get out of here. Nah, not in South Africa. Here, I feel like everybody can get in. I feel like we're on everyone's side. Eh? Fake passport, no problem, we can talk about it. Everybody's welcome. That's the country I want to be from. You land at OR Tambo, you get there to passport control. You know, they've got that little camera. That's my favorite thing. Have you seen that camera that doesn't see your face? It just sees like your colors, your temperatures. I don't even know what that's really for. Is it Ebola? Is it COVID? No, because I've noticed they never pull anybody aside. Like, they just show you your colors, and they're very adamant. They'll be like, look at the camera. Excuse me, look at the camera. Then you look there, and then you see like orange, red, all these different colors. And then they'll be like, look at the camera. Then you look, then they're like, you, purple. Okay, you can go. You're like, I can? You're like, but I'm purple. What does that mean? I love getting to passport control because that's when I have my first real interaction with a South African. And the people at passport control all have personality. This trip was even better. I'm waiting in line. Finally, they call me, next. And I go up there. I get there, I give them my passport. I'm like, dumelang. She's like, ahe, likai. I was like, riting, likai. She's like, riting. Let me, whoo! Trevor Noah. It's my lucky day. Trevor Noah. I can't believe it. Go on, Trevor. Is that you? Is that you? Oh, Trevor. Oh, Cynthia, woman of Rikimang. Get Trevor. Trevor Noah. Isn't Trevor Manuel? Trevor Noah. The comedian. Trevor Noah. Go day show. Yeah, get Trevor. Now she doesn't have DSTV, that one. Yeah, Trevor, you're back. Hey, look at you. You, Trevor, you are traveling, eh? Look how many stamps here. Oh, what, Trevor? Oh, what, Trevor? This is too much. You are not tired. Hi, Trevor. Bonafella, look at all these countries. Look here. Look, which country is this one, Trevor? What was this one? Moldova. You? Oh, what, Trevor? Oh, but you're back now, nah? How long are you going to be here? I was like, oh, it's actually going to be a while now. I have more time. She's like, oh, really? Oh, yeah, because they fired you by the Daily Show, nah? I was like, what? No, I left. You left where? I left the show. They didn't fire you. I was like, no. Why did you leave? Were they paying you? Yes. And you left? Unalemaga. You are lying, Trevor. There's no South African that can leave a job when they are getting paid. That can never happen. You are just leaving a job, but they are paying you. Which South African can do? Even me, I'm leaving my job now. Wow, Trevor, why did you leave? Tell the truth, Trevor. What happened? What happened, Trevor? Did you steal something? Yeah? You can tell me, Trevor. What happened? Did you steal something? I won't judge you, Pella. We are South Africans. Yeah, Lena, I know sometimes how it can be. You don't even plan. You're just there. Then something can pop up. You're like, yay. Now it's like sticky fingers. It's just, you just want to. Pella, not Trevor. It happened to me, Lena, Trevor. Eh? Here at work, there was a stapler. I don't even know where it was from. This stapler was just there, Trevor. Yeah, Trevor. That stapler. Then I took it home, Trevor. You know, at home we don't even staple, eh? We don't even staple, but now every day we are there, katla, Trevor. Where are you doing? What did you take? I'm like, I didn't take nothing. You are lying, Trevor. You are lying. I know why you are back. You're here for CCMA. You must do it. Yeah. They're going to pay you, Trevor. Welcome back. No, but I seriously don't want to be involved in the American justice system. Because they say it's justice, but it's terrifying. You don't know how they'll treat you. You don't know why they'll treat you. The scariest part for me is what happens in courts. Because they have a jury system in America. I'm terrified of that. Terrified of it. For those who don't know, I'm sure you've seen it on TV, but for those who don't know, the American system is very different to the South African one. In South Africa, you have the judge, you have the prosecution, and you have the defense. Right? That's who your case is working with, and the judge decides. The judge has studied, they're learned, they know what's going on. And you can talk to them on their side. I'm joking. But I like knowing that person had to go to school to figure out whether I broke the law. In America, it's a different system. They have a judge, they have a prosecution, and they have a defense, but they also have a jury. A jury. 12 people who are randomly gathered, randomly picked, who decide your fate. These people do not need to have studied the law. They don't need to understand the law. They don't even need to have watched Law and Order. Now they're deciding your fate. Clan, clan. I don't want that in my life. Yeah, I don't. I don't want that, and I don't want to be on a jury either. That's what comes with getting an American passport. You now have to be on a jury. I don't want to be on a jury. You know why? Because I'm South African. Yeah, and you're probably wondering, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. I read the rules of being on a jury, and I realized South Africans can never be on a jury. Yeah, because there's certain rules when you're on a jury. One of the most important rules right at the top of the list is if you are on a jury, if you're serving on a jury, you may not express your feelings or emotions about anything that is happening during the case. You may not talk about it, and you may not, during the case at any time, on the trial, you may not on the bench, you may not say anything. Anything, yeah, when the jury's standing, like you can't express, you can't do anything. South Africans, immediately disqualified. You tell me which South African is gonna be able to sit there during a trial, hiding all their emotions. Which South African? That case is gonna be going on, The prosecution can start. Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this man burned down his home for the insurance money. Order. The jury shall be silent, completely silent. Oh, sorry. Insurance. Mr. Michaels, where were you the night of the fire?
I was walking. I wasn't at my house.
You weren't anywhere near the house?
No, I wasn't.
Then tell me, Mr. Michaels, why did your clothes smell like gasoline? I didn't talk. And can you imagine a South African jury deciding your case? You would never know which way the verdict would go. The judge would be there. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you got your verdict? We have, Your Honor. How do you find? We find the defendant guilty. Okay, and why is that? He didn't greet. Yeah, he just came in here. Well, nothing, no greeting, nothing. Yeah, magaham. I choose South Africa every day of the week. You know when I realized this, when it solidified in my mind, was when someone asked me a really personal question. Someone said to me, Trevor,